So hello, Facebook. We are here today at Center for Relational Care. I'm Courtney Putnam. I'm the director here at Center for Relational Care Atlanta. And we're living in a little bit of a different situation, as all of you are here in our office at CRC. So we just wanted to spend a little bit of time today connecting with you. We haven't been able to do that in our office recently. And just wanted to spend a little bit of time over the next coming weeks, as maybe things may be shifted for a period of time, sharing some resources with you, and we'll be doing that by way of videos and written support and other tools and things like that. But today I have with me one of our counselors here in our CRC Atlanta office, Ryan O'Kelly, and just like many of you have had to switch to doing meetings over different ways than you're used to doing them. Ryan and I are on Zoom today. He's connected with me, and Ryan works a lot in our office with men specifically. And so today, Ryan and I are just going to be talking a bit about some of the unique ways that this COVID-19 experience and a lot of the unexpected transitions and interruptions in routine may be impacting men in particular, and what some tools might be to do about that. So Ryan, maybe introduce yourself and we'll go from there.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Ryan O'Kelly. I'm a counselor here at Center for Relational Care in Woodstock. I primarily work with adult men, kind of going up from 18 up till 60s or so. I also work with couples, marital and premarital, and really enjoy working with young adult, adolescent males as well, 14 to 17 in that range, and just really have a heart and a passion to help other men really pursue healing and growth in the areas of their lives, both physically, mentally, emotionally, relationally, and spiritually in their lives. And so just see there can be a deficit for those areas of support for men in our society, and really wish to help address that.
Maybe talk a little bit about what you've been seeing since some of these transitions began related to COVID-19.
Sure. So I've just been realizing the past couple of weeks as in my own life, but also with the other men that I work with, that there's kind of these two or three main roles that men have, whether if we're married or we're fathers or not, or even I think single men can even experience them in different ways as well. But just having this internal sense, this drive to be protector of our family units, right? God has wired our brains to be looking for threats to our family and to ourselves, and so we want to be focused on dealing with those in appropriate ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
So protecting our family and then providing for our family, whether that's from work, our vocation, our job, career, however you want to signify that our income, that the work that we put into providing for our families, meets their basic needs and maybe basic comforts. And seeing how a lot of men maybe have kind of compartmentalized those roles in some ways, but now that so many men are having to work from home, and so having their children at home for their schools being closed, preschools and daycares being closed, and their wives being home as well, and so everyone's kind of working from home, and the stress of that can be really difficult.
Yeah. And so as that's happening, those roles that have been maybe a little bit compartmentalized, I think you and I were talking about, they can get very merged, right? And I think there can be some struggles with that in terms of, that identity piece. What have you been seeing there?
With identity is that, so many men, and I resonate with this as well, is that so many men, part of our identity is tied up in our work and providing for our families, or being a father, being a husband, those kinds of roles. And so when those things are all mixed together like this and not having that delineation, really we begin to try to struggle with how do I deal with all these different changes that I have really no control over.
Mhm.
That's right, being imposed by my employer or the government, and just different things that are, intended for our welfare and our safety, but it's all being thrown together.
Yeah.
Um,
Right. What are some things that uh, you have been thinking about, or that you are already doing, that you would want men to be thinking about as they are kind of trying to juggle those roles and finding sources of support and things like that?
so kind of what I'm seeing is that so many men um, do um, really just don't have that many close friends that they are able to be vulnerable and disclose, hey, this is how I'm feeling, this is how I'm thinking, this is what's going on in my heart and my life.
Mhm.
um, and so not having safe other men, I mean, yeah, we can go to our wives or girlfriends and things like that, but to have other men to be able to come alongside and journey with, um, and to deal with these struggles, and to say, hey, I'm really scared. I'm afraid I'm going to lose my job this week because I've been sent home and we can't do anything, or me and my wife are really having a lot more conflict.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. I don't know how to make sense of that and to navigate that in a healthy way.
Mhm.
And so just so many men go at it alone, it seems like. And so for men to really be thinking about, hey, who in my life can I begin to cultivate a deeper relationship with? Um, so that's kind of one area. And just seeing that a lot of men deal with their stress, their anxiety, and even fear. Men, we don't like to say that we're afraid or fearful about things, right? Because that's not what our culture, what our society tells us.
Right.
Um, and so we tend to bottle those inside, right? Or mask them underneath anger, or, being assertive or aggressive in things, right? And so just being able to work on dealing with our emotions in healthy ways, being able to identify, hey, I'm really actually am anxious. I am worried. I'm scared of what might happen tomorrow, right? Or even what might happen today, and I don't know how to deal with that right now.
Yeah.
And so just being able to do the emotional work of what's going on. And if you and your wife have a healthy relationship, right, that you feel safe enough to share with her, hey, this is what's going on for me,
Mhm.
that she would not look down upon you or think that you're less of a man, to be able to share, hey, I'm scared too about all this that's going on.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the groups that you have going on for men.
Yeah. So currently, right now, myself and Armin Murin, our other male counselor here at CRC, we have a emotional fitness group for men. We're in our fourth week, I think, this week, and it's really a combination of being able to learn emotional health skills, and communication skills with one another, and really offer support to one another. Um, because I really believe that in a group setting, that you can practice those skills,
Yeah.
and you can share, hey, I'm struggling with this aspect of, I don't know how to use empathy. I don't really know what empathy is, or I don't know how to explain the nuances of emotions I'm feeling.
Mhm.
And so that people can rightly attune to me and care for me, and I can rightly do that to them as well. And so um, these groups that we're doing right now, we have one group, and um, it's been really good so far.
And you guys
Just
had
being,
to move online last week. Is that right?
yeah. So with all this, as counselors and mental health professionals, we are really striving to switch as much as possible to having telemental health sessions, um, and even in the group format. And just the men that are in our group were able to meet in that capacity as well. And it was, yes, it's not ideal to not be in the same room with each other, but it was still really productive and helpful for them, just to help remove aloneness that some of the men are married and have children. Some are different places in their life. One of the guys, at least, was, he's retired, and so it's just he and his wife. And so just different varying levels of development and life stages, and it's okay. And that's the beauty of a group too, is that you have the different wisdom and perspective that you can share with one another. and it's just really, really powerful.
Yeah. So I know we're going to be working on getting another online group started for emotional fitness for men. So if anybody was interested in that, how could they reach you?
They can reach me personally at my email address, Ryan, Ryan, period, Okelley at relationalcare.org, or they can call our main office number, 653, 678-653-3272, and let them know that they're interested in, emotional fitness group for men. And our admin assistants will get that to me. And we'll begin following up with you by phone and trying to discern, hey, is that a good fit? And can we make that happen and support you in that way?
Yeah. And one of the things that I've been realizing, Ryan, about that, right, is there's some things that have moved online and that presents its own challenges.
Definitely.
But there's also some ways in which some of the places I have to go have been easier to go to. I don't have to even encounter traffic or anything like that. And so,
Yeah.
We do look forward to a time for sure where we can have our clients back here in our office and being able to support them that way. But for right now, as we operate in compliance with the recommendations of the governor and city of Woodstock and Cherokee County and those sorts of things, we definitely want to support as we still can. So, Ryan, anything else that would just feel important to you as you share with men today before we sign off for today?
Yeah, I just want to just speak to the men who may be watching this, and just helping you remember that you're not alone, that we don't have to put on the whole macho approach, right, that we have it all figured out,
Right.
right, that there are plenty of other men that who are trying to navigate this crisis, this pandemic, and all the implications and the multiple layers of stress that this is causing everyone. I mean, everyone's life has been turned upside down, and so you're not alone in that. And so if we here at CRC or another counseling practice, absolutely, we want to encourage you and support you and help you get the right help that you need to support you through this really, really difficult time. And so just really care about people and want them to have support and healing and growth, whatever that may look like for them. And so just want to support you in whatever way we can. And so just please reach out to us, and we'll talk and see how we can care for you in that way.
So Ryan, thanks so much for just spending a little time with me today. And I know that one thing I do want to mention, I know that you actually wrote a blog on what we've been talking about recently, and so we will link that blog to this video. And so men, if you want to learn a little bit more about what Ryan's been talking about here, or women, if there's some really great tips in there for any person to apply. So we'll link that, and you guys can look at that as well. So just know that our counseling community here in Cherokee County, at CRC, at other counseling agencies as well, Family Renewal, Above and Beyond, First Woodstock Counseling Center, all of the counseling centers that we've been in contact with, we are all here to support you. You do not have to go through this alone. And just please let any of us know if we can serve you in any way.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, Ryan, thanks so much, and I will look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah, thanks, Courtney.
All right. Bye-bye.